Census Day! I hope you remembered to fill yours in, because if you didn't, it's a grand fine. Ooh, and that is nothing to sniff at. Now, a while ago, I made a little video playing with my toys called A Desperate Gamble. And that was basically a prelude to the fact I was getting this guy. And as you can blatantly see, I finally got this guy. Oh, what am I doing there? I finally got this guy. Reveal the Shield Lugnut. Oh. And now I freely admit I am a huge Lugnut fan, so I am extremely biased when it comes to anything Lugnut. But by God, look at him! Look at him! He is beautiful! Lots of brilliant articulation. He can even swing it. He even has his biceps swivel. I don't know why I'm jumping onto articulation. Who cares about articulation? You know, he's got all the usual gibberish. Waist, head. But one thing that is pretty awesome and worthy of note, he can go, "All hail the glorious Megatron!" Lip syncing as bad as a Japanese anime there. And yes, he is green, he is not purple, but you know what? He pulls it off well. He really does suit green as much as purple. Shockwave needs to be purple, but Lugnut here, he can be green. He can be green. Some nice nods to his animated counterpart, like his black and yellow striping. You see, black and yellow striping, and his head is spot on for Lugnut's head. Even down to the shape of his mouth. And I must admit, I do love Transformers with individually posable fingers. It just seems to give them so much more character. Now, he doesn't have any wrist swivel, aside from doing that. But you know what? That is a very good reason, because his arms are made from his aeroplane wings. And as you can see, there's quite a good bit of bulk to his arms. I mean, if he's gonna get clobbered by this, you can well believe he's going to clobber you. But there is no kibble on these arms. It is purely, in fact, there's very little kibble on Lugnut all around, except for this. But if you believe you're gonna get punched by one of these hands, you can well believe it's gonna cause some major damage. Speaking of his hands, there is one thing Lugnut is famous for. His punch of kill everything. And Hasbro has not disappointed. Kaboom! Yes, he can punch and kill everything. And unlike the gimmick on the movie Barricade, this gimmick, this punch, locks in nice and securely, so you can wiggle his hand around all over the place and he won't kill anyone. But Lugnut doesn't want to do that. Lugnut is hardcore. Lugnut double punches! I absolutely love him. And he even has his head articulation. Now his legs, they normally go like this, and they give you a nice bulked out, beefy leg. But what you can do, you can have them like that and give them a bit of extra height, or you can even give him, for those of you who enjoyed the movieverse, you can even do chicken legs. He's so versatile. I like that. He is very versatile. But I just have them in the normal pose like that, and it just gives you the proper looking legs. But this Lugnut is absolutely brilliant. Now I freely admit I am probably biased because I love all things Lugnut. All things Lugnut. I don't know why, I seem to just have a fondness for the big, powerful brutes who are unquestionably loyal. Like Tankor as well. I love Tankor. But no, this is not about Tankor, this is about Lugnut. So, quick review, comparison with his animated counterpart. He is a little taller than him, but not by a massive amount. Width-wise, they're about the same. You know, they do look good together. I mean, if Lugnut was in G1, you could very happily believe this is what he would look like. But, oh, and he can hold this mace as well, the animated mace. Not securely, well, securely enough that he won't drop it, but that's by and by. But there is one feature that I have discovered with Lugnut that I absolutely love. And let me just get this and do that. Just keep that round. And oh, thank you. Lugnut is wearing a hat. And I don't know why, but I just love the fact that you can give him a little hat. And you know what? Lugnut is staying with his hat on my shelf because that is just awesome. We need more Transformers who have removable hats. There he is going to war. There he is going on holiday. And here is the glorious Lugnut in his bomber mode. And as you can see, it is a beautiful beast of a plane. Somewhat reminiscent of a Lancaster bomber, I would say. And this wingspan is massive. Beautiful engineering, the way his arms fold around and flip out and spread out. Yes, those arms become these rather thin wings. I love the way they've done it. You know, it's like the flaps fold around and this end floats out and jiggles about. It's just beautiful the way they've done it. Clearly he has some influences from his Atomic Lugnut repaint, which is fine because, let's face it, he looks like he's about to eat you. Beautiful, beautiful. And there's also, I don't know if you can make this out, but the panel lines and rivets all over the shop is just absolutely beautiful. Now, okay, it's a plane. He has some wheels. There's not a whole lot in terms of features in this mode. Like most planes, there isn't. You know, his front nose guns can twiddle like they can on his animated counterpart. And he has a pair of turrets at the back which flip open for a missile launcher. But, yeah, I think that's best left shut. Now, let me just pull the animated one over, and you can see he's clearly reminiscent. He's clearly reminiscent of his animated counterpart with the big turbine engines on his wings and the hands further down his wings. But unlike the animated one, which is just like giant bomb pods for hands, they've actually turned his hands into engines, and he's actually got these little engine thruster turbine things excuse me, on the back, which gives him a much more realistic feel. And you know, the wingspan, because the wingspan is so big, it actually feels like this plane could fly. This guy, not so much, as his wings are so stubby compared to the bulk of him. But, you know, it's the animated style that works. That's neither here nor there. But here, you look at him and you just think, wow, now that is a plane that could fly. Now, I can't really find any faults with this mode. The one thing I would criticize is this nose cone here. It's a sort of soft, rubbery thing, which I don't know why they've done that. As here, his nose cone is proper, solid, hard plastic, and it works. It holds its shape, it locks together, and it's fine. But with this guy, I mean, this little bit here, his hat, is proper plastic, but the bomber cockpit, where the bomber sits, it's rubbery plastic, and it doesn't quite fit together properly down here. I don't know why they've done that, but that's the only criticism I can think of. Oh, and his guns are rubbery as well. I've just discovered, fresh here on the camera, his guns are rubbery. But no, I mean, it is a beautiful plane. It's Lugnut. I am very happy with this. Very, very happy. Reveal the shield Lugnut. I mean, unless you really hate Lugnut, I would say get this. Is it a perfect figure? No, not quite. You know, like everything, but I mean, is there such a thing as a perfect figure? Who knows? He is a fun, unlike Reveal the Shield Perceptor though, this guy does have a fun transformation, a great alt mode, a great robot mode, it's full of character. I highly say get Lugnut, but then I am a Lugnut nut and very biased. Quick comparison, the bulk of the plane, as you can see, is more or less the same size, more or less the same height. The only real difference is, Reveal the Shield Lugnut, his wingspan is about twice as big! But, yes, that is my mad ramblings on Lugnut, the glorious Lugnut, and I say, get him. Or he'll come and poke your eye out.